One of the most commonly asked questions on my raid VODs is, what add-on am I using to track my HoTs? My UI is super basic and simple. I'm basically a boomer that uses a standard Blizzard UI, but in addition to using a predictive heal add-on, the most important raid UI add-on I run is enhanced raid frames. I use this on Anniversary, Season of Discovery, on Era, and when TBC launches, this is going to be super helpful for tracking my life bloom timers. In this video, I will go over how to set up enhanced raid frames and show you how to configure the add-on to get the most out of your heal over time spells. I put the link to the add-on on CurseForge in the description of this video so you can download it and get started. So first, I'm going to go ahead and after downloading, I'm going to go ahead and open up my options section of the game. You're going to go over to the add-ons tab, and over on the left-hand side, you're going to see enhance raid frames. Go ahead and expand the icon below, and you're going to go to indicator options. And this is kind of where the magic happens. You have the ability to configure within your party UI, so you can kind of see my block here for prunes and my block here for Destrox, where you're going to have certain heal over time spells show up on that rectangle essentially. So you can configure it to be on the left-hand side, in the top right, in the bottom center. You have the ability to do that. So you're going to go over to this dropdown, and based on where you want to configure your heal over time spells, if you want on the top left, here you are. If you want to go over just to the left, kind of in the middle of the rectangle itself, you'll go here for the left. And let's say I want to put my rejuves on the very left-hand side of that rectangle, kind of in the middle when you're looking vertically. I'm going to go ahead and hit the left. I'm going to type in my rejuvenation spell here. After I type it in, I need to press accept so it takes to the UI itself. And at this point in time, if I were to cast Rejuve, and I'm going to hover over my raid frame here, it's now going to show up on the left-hand side of my icon of the frame itself. Now, what's pretty cool about this is you have the ability to configure Rejuvenation to show if it's only yours being casted, or if you leave this unchecked, this will show any Rejuvenation that has been casted in the raid. So if you run in a raid with multiple Resto Druids and multiple Resto Druids are throwing out Rejuvenation, it's really helpful to see if there's already a HoT rolling on somebody else within the raid. So by selecting mine only, you would only get to see your rejuves, but if you leave this unchecked, then any single rejuve you're going to see, and it's a really easy visual indicator to make sure that you're not overlapping HoTs, writing over somebody else's, or if you try to then attempt to put a rejuve on somebody else that already has one, if the other Resto Druid has a higher healing power than you, then you're not wasting a click trying to write over the rejuve when it's not going to write over to begin with. So this is really helpful to be able to call out, making sure you can see all rejuves as you're going through. Now, you also have the ability to show the tooltip on mouse over. So I can select this. I can hover over prunes. I type it here. And after hitting rejuve, you can see I got the tooltip. Now, I think this is kind of messy, to be honest, because if I'm hovering over somebody, I don't want to see the tooltip itself. That really doesn't matter to me. I just want to get the icon kind of giving me timers or kind of some sort of visual indicator that it's going to be running out soon. So I'm going to go ahead and unselect this. It's not relevant. And if I hover over it, it doesn't have the tooltip. It's great. Now I can go further, and if I want to say, hey, this icon here, it's too small. I wish it was bigger. Well, I'll go ahead and refresh my HoT. I'm going to change the indicator size, and it gets even bigger. You can go bigger, a lot smaller, whatever you'd like. I set mine to 18. That's just a personal choice of mine, and that's what I do. Here you have the ability to actually show the rejuve icon versus just having a square that's shown instead, this indicator color below. So I'll go ahead and hit rejuve. I'm going to uncheck this, and now it just becomes a block. So ultimately, I don't think it's very helpful, but you have the ability to configure a different color square if that's what you prefer for whatever reason. Here's another helpful section within the enhanced raid frames is that you have the ability to show a countdown text on the rejuve itself. So instead of just kind of having this swipe around for the time, I can go ahead and do the countdown text, and it tells me how many seconds I have left before it expires. Really helpful. You can take this even further by having that timer have different colors as it's progressing, and you have two different color options with you can configure to say, like, if I want 5 seconds left for rejuve, it's going to change color once. And let's say 2 seconds left, you can have another color that is hitting it as well. So let's go ahead and do it again. I got my nice timer, shows really big, and we're about to hit that 5-second mark. It's going to change to yellow. And now at 2 seconds, it changes to red and lets you know it's about to expire. So if you want another visual indicator with the color, you can do that here as well. And then lastly, it kind of comes standard with this countdown wipe. It's kind of like that 360 clockwise kind of shading of the icon before it goes ahead and expires. But lastly, you can have an indicator glow effect. So similar to the colors that you can change at different time intervals, you can have a glow effect at a certain time interval as well. So if you don't like the idea of a red text that's not of interest to you, you might say, I don't want to go ahead and show the countdown text. I don't care about that at all, but I just want some other sort of indicator to let me know it's about to expire. I could go here, select indicator glow effect. I'll leave it at 2, that's fine. And we'll let the rejuve run its time here. So it's running its time, it's wiping down, halfway through, and it's about to expire. And here comes the indicator effect right there. So it lets you know, gives you a nice visual like, hey, this is about to expire. Let me go ahead and reapply my hot as we go. So what I do personally here, I don't use the indicator glow effect. I use a lot of rejuve in my raids, so I don't want to have a bunch of different indicator effects going off during the raid. It's a lot to handle personally. Now, some people might love that, and so you might want to use this. I personally also don't really care for the countdown text. I think it can be super helpful, but once again, if I'm putting HoTs on 40 different people, I don't want too many visual indicators trying to grab my attention at once with different numbers that are constantly changing. It's a little bit too much to manage personally. So I just use kind of the default countdown swipe, and that's all I need to track this timer. I get a good idea based upon the shading when it's about to expire. Now, that's just me personally. You have a lot of different options within enhanced raid frames to change that. So do what works best for you. I think come TBC, when I am using Life Bloom on tank targets, the glow effect is going to be super helpful. And that's something that I will really use come tank healing in TBC. But here I run Rejuvenation on the left-hand side. I also like to run Regrowth in the middle. So I'll go ahead and add that spell. Once again, I just do kind of the default. I don't care for the countdown text, personal preference. I just want the countdown swipe. So I'll go ahead and I will put a rejuve on myself. I'll put a regrowth on myself. And I got these nice big icons that show me with the swipe the timer going down. So this is how I track my HoTs and get the most out of them, knowing when a regrowth or a rejuve is about to expire, if it's mine or if it's somebody else's. So I know when to cast spells and maximize the heal over time positioning. So I hope this is helpful, and that's something that if you're looking for a better way of managing your HoTs and other players' HoTs in the raid, you can better see this and track it. So if you have any questions about enhanced raid frames, there are plenty of resources online. If you have questions on how I use it, you can feel free to leave a comment. I'm glad to address that as well. But this is a great way to manage your HoT timers. Thank you very much.